Hey guys and gals, 'tis the Lewis Rocks here, and today I'm going to be doing something slightly different. I'm going to be doing a blog kind of video over a series of images on the PlayStation 4, my views on it, what I think, as well as my thoughts on some of the games I've played. So, hope you guys and gals are well. Hope you've had a great Christmas. This is kind of like a Christmas thing. I thought, why not? I'll do this, explain my thoughts on it. So, PlayStation 4. I came back from university, and my younger brother, who is 16, had got himself a PlayStation 4. Now, I've played it. I immediately got on. He had a game with it, Killzone Shadowfall, which is a PlayStation 4 exclusive. And I went into town and I bought him a copy of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. So let's start with the console itself. Now the console looks beautiful. It really, really does. It's sleek. It's slick. Kind of looks like the PS3, not the Slim, but not the newest one, but the old Slim, the first one they did. Very smooth. Everything works. Looked like the old PS2, really. Like if you compare the PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and 4, perhaps the PS2 and the PS4 will have the most similar designs. So that's one thing which stood out right away. So he laid it on its side, so on its belly, with the power and the HDMI port at the back. That works very well, very smooth. That seems to be okay. Haven't really got into that technical side. You've got a power button and an eject button, but this time you slide it. In the old PS3, you touch it and then ejected. This, it's you touch it and then bang, it comes out. It's very smooth. It feels good. In this video, I'll show you images of the bits I'm talking about. So that I was immediately struck by how good that was. The controller, that is very, very good. My complaints with the PS3 DualShock was that there was the analog sticks, they popped out, they broke, wear and tear. The PS4 DualShock doesn't have that. I literally tried to pull them out. My brother would have killed me if I'd done that, but it was sturdy. They've got rid of the start and select and put options and share. I don't really use the share. The options, it's cool. It's essentially a start menu. You've still got the PlayStation Home button. That takes you back to the main menu. Literally, like essentially pause the game and take you back. So, for example, if you want to chat to a friend or anything like that, it doesn't. It's not a screen which appears in front of the game like it used to be on the PS4, PS3. On the PS4, it stops the game and brings you back to the home menu. And then all you need to do is press start on the game and you go right back to where you were. So that looks cool. They've got a little touch screen bit in the middle. The two games which I played both utilize that differently, quite differently. It's a touch screen. It works. It looks good. The controller is light. Your hands naturally wrap around it. It's barely changed. You've still got up, down, left, right on the left. You've got two analog sticks. You've got triangle, circle, square, X, R1, R2, L1, L2. You've got a charging port. You've also got a color. You've got a light which changes color based on what you're doing. So, for example, if you're charging, it'll be blue. If not, I think it'll be white, or I think yellow means that it's running out of battery. My one complaint with that, however, though, is when playing a game, for example, like Assassin's Creed, the battery on the controller seems to go quite quickly. I don't know if that's hours or it depends on the games, but that's one thing I noticed. But apart from that, very nice. A really nice addition. I thought this appeared when I was playing Killzone. You picked up an audio diary, and instead of the sound coming from the TV itself, it comes from the controller. So I looked and I was like, oh, that's cool. It's really cool. Small addition, but I like it. Let's quickly talk about the interface. So the home screen is the interface in this example. Really cool, smooth, slick settings. Have yet to kind of play around with it. done a little bit, but with what I've experienced, it's very good. You've got the PlayStation, you've got different icons, you've got essentially half a screen for the games, and then you can scroll up to get all the settings and profile and whatnot. That seems to be cool. Now let's move on to games. So of course, as I said earlier in this, let's call it rant, um, I said that my brother has got a copy of Killzone Shadowfall and Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Killzone is a PlayStation exclusive, always has been since the very first came out on the PS2, all the way through the PlayStation 3, PS4, including the PSP and the PS Vita. Let's start with that. Now, gameplay-wise, doesn't really add anything new. The touchscreen in this instance, the touchscreen allows you to control an AI drone you have. Very cool. You can create a shield, you can tell it to attack, you can do a zip line, or you can do it to do a shock. Each one has its own uses. Very cool. And originally, when I first picked it up and first started to play Killzone, and it told me what to do, I was like, whoa, 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 that's weird. But after a while, you get used to it. So that's on the touchscreen. That works. As I said before, the volume, the speaker is very well implemented in Killzone. So gameplay wise doesn't change much. It's not bad. I mean, there's some cool stuff, but it's nothing stand out. Nothing. Oh my, why has no one done this before? What I found Killzone excelled at most was its graphics, how it looked. It was beautiful. If you can get your hands on a game which really shows at this point what the PlayStation 4 can do, Killzone is what I'd recommend from personal experience. It goes through, you're playing through the campaign, it looks good, there's sun, it changes from a perfect world, utopian-esque city, lights, sunlight, to dark and dismal slums where it's all blacks and reds and greys and browns and oranges, very dark and gritty, to at the very last chapter, it takes place on a planet. Like, this planet's destroyed, and it's like, wow. Spoiler, by the way. But it's beautiful. That really works. So as an exclusive, I've played a lot of other exclusives, like on the PS3, Last of Us, God of War, and the other Killzone games, Infamous, Little Big Planet. It stands up very well. The story's cool, quite personal this time, doesn't really lose it. It's about a 10-hour campaign. It's cool. It works. Yet to play the multiplayer. I will probably do another video on the multiplayer side of the PlayStation 4 if I can get my hands on it. Moving on, this is both Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag is my next topic of discussion. This is both Xbox One, PlayStation 4, as well as Xbox 360 and PS3 and PC. So current gen and next gen. Playing on a next gen title, very impressive. You can see that they have done some stuff to the next gen. However, that's also its greatest weakness because it doesn't. You can still tell that it's a current gen game. It's not like Killzone where it's designed for a next gen console. It was designed for a current gen console as well. That is in its detriment, but that's the only thing. In terms of gameplay, it works. It works really well. The naval combat is the best thing I've noticed so far. Stealth is much improved. Edward Kenway is a much better written character than Connor. I haven't played much of the story, maybe 10-15% of the story, and already I prefer Kenway to Connor. This is very cool. Still feels like an Assassin's Creed game. Works. Gameplay is amazing. The naval combat is amazing. The stealth works. Graphics, it's brilliant. It's very, very good, but you can tell that it's still a current gen title. The touchscreen is implemented in this one because when you touch it, it opens up a map, so you can use the touchscreen to go around a map. Really cool additions like hunting, secrets, treasure, all that kind of stuff. It does feel more at the moment like a pirate game, not an Assassin's Creed game, but that I'm sure will change with the story's progression. So, Killzone, fantastic to look at, decent gameplay, and all that. Assassin's Creed 4, cool gameplay, looks good, um, and generally a feel good. So one is graphics and one is gameplay. So my final thoughts. This has been a longer video, about around 10 minutes. So final thoughts. I think the PS4 is brilliant. I really, really do. I think it is so good. Now I'm not going to say it's better than the Xbox One because at this point I'd like to get my hands on an Xbox One so I can compare them. Do an exclusive on the Xbox One and then a cross-platform game as well. So compare the two. I think it's very good. The PS4 itself looks good. It handles well. Game-wise, gameplay's good. Graphics are good. I thoroughly recommend if you can get your hands on one, play it. I don't mean buy. I'm not going to tell you to buy a £500 console, £500 console. But if a friend has it and you are dubious on whether you should play it, I'd recommend you play it. I thoroughly recommend it. I will, if I can, I will hopefully be doing the multiplayer of Killzone, Blacklight Retribution, and maybe AC4 Black Flags multiplayer. So that is that. Those are my thoughts. Thank you all so much for stopping by and listening to this different kind of video. I may do this more often, kind of my views on certain products and certain games. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Hope you had a great Christmas and have a happy new year. And like, rate, subscribe, whatever you want to do. And you guys rock and keep the rocking going. Bye bye.